Hello, everybody. Welcome back to By the Bell. This is our second episode with me and Ty. I am your host, Shay Faulkner. Like I said, that's Ty Gensler.
That's me.
Today, I think we are how far away? WrestleMania is I want to say 5 weeks away.
It's like 22 days. I don't know how that works week-wise. So like 3.
I was like, as I said it, I was like, I know that's not right because it's the end of March.
I think it's like every time we've started, it's like we're like 5 weeks away.
It just feels like it's never ending because they suck at building up this year. I don't know what it is. But yeah, God, 22 days. That's about 3 weeks. 3-5.
3-5.
Close enough.
Not divided by each other, but
same thing. Close enough. So basically, we're just gonna keep talking about the WrestleMania storylines leading in because what else to talk about is there?
I mean, Ronda came back to AEW. I'm not a big Ronda fan, but
neither am I. Nobody is.
Nobody is.
I saw something. It was like, this is the one thing that the wrestling sphere can commiserate on or agree on, that nobody likes Ronda Rousey. No. Nobody wants her. Go away. I'm good without you. She apparently did it as a fuck you to TKO. And it's like, girl, you really think they care? You've been gone for about 5 years. Relax.
I don't think anyone really misses Ronda. If you're a Ronda fan, then I have a lot of questions.
Nobody wanted her in the first place. That's why she's going back to UFC. But yeah, we have about, I want to say 5 things to talk about. 5 or 6 different storylines. We have a confirmed match card, so let's go through that really fast. So obviously we know probably night 2, the main event. I don't know, it might be night 1. We have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Mm-hmm. We have Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. God, they sound the same. Then we have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar over Femi, and then AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. How you feeling about this?
I think honestly it's a great card. I think it's one of those things where in the past it would have been compared to other WrestleMania cards, it's definitely a lot better. It's just everyone's not a biggest fan when it comes to the booking, which I can, that's their opinion, my opinion. But I think overall with Punk and Roman's great, Oba versus Brock is a great one, Cody versus Randy, that took a turn. I really like the really only one I have some concerns with is Jade versus Rhea. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I mean, I've kind of noticed when it comes to WrestleMania feuds with Rhea, the builds are never been the greatest.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like creative thinks that her structure and her not mass monster, but her reputation as a destructor or she's a powerhouse. They think that can compensate for having little to no storytelling build up into WrestleMania, and that's just not the truth. You're going into your biggest event, arguably biggest event of the year. This is what everything is building up for after, literally the day after WrestleMania, they start building up to the next one. Yeah. You can't just go all willy-nilly and just give a match that has basically next to no build-up, especially when you have all the stuff that happened on Twitter and you're choosing not to implement it into the storyline. That is such a fumble.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely, I think, should have capitalized on that. It's just, I mean, it's kind of gone with Rhea where it's just she's already a big enough name to where that's their draw. And so I feel like it kind of, with booking, they don't really look into it that much with detail, but I still think in the past we could have Charlotte versus Rhea could have been great. I mean, it was an amazing match, obviously, but the build up there was practically non-existent. And that's kind of how I'm seeing here. I'm hoping they can somewhat flip the switch with a couple weeks remaining, but other than, I mean, I don't really see it happening.
See, the point that you said about having those big names, even then, you have to be somebody that has been around. In my opinion, you have to be somebody that's been around for a long time. You have to have all this regal to your name and history to your name to go into a WrestleMania match with no build-up, because Roman Reigns doesn't do that. If they did that, hellfire would rain upon WWE because people would be so pissed. But then you get somebody like Steve Austin, nobody gives a fuck if he comes in because he doesn't need to wrestle. One, he doesn't wrestle. But It's Steve Austin. He doesn't need to wrestle. Rhea Ripley, she needs to wrestle. She needs a storyline. Like, you can't... None of these people are at... in my opinion, besides Roman Reigns and CM Punk, arguably, are at that pedestal where they don't need as much build-up for a WrestleMania match as everybody else does.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't know if Jade's gonna like take out EO and the build up to the storyline, because I feel like that's like one of the only things they can really do. But it's also like you're gonna sacrifice EO out of the card if it's gonna be like one of those situations where like Gunther taking out Jimmy Uso before and the last year's WrestleMania. So I really don't know how to think about. Other than that, I mean, I like the card. I like how it's shaping. I just kind of wish there was more confirmed already, but
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like WrestleMania and its stupid 2-night pay-per-views. Like now we have, as opposed to a WrestleMania card match that historically it was one night, so all of the matches that were there had some sort of importance and they had build and they had history. Now it's kind of just like, well, whoever can impress us the most, there you go, you're there. There's no, in my opinion, in years past, a lot of the matches don't have WrestleMania caliber, like, build up to them. And that's really disappointing because that's what this entire show is about, because it's about reaching a breaking point. You're finally reaching a breaking point. The storyline is at its peak. Here it is. It's playing out. And it's like, do I really need Brock Lesnar and Obafemi in there? No. What do they have in common? They're tall. They're strong. That's about it. They've never met besides that Raw a week ago.
They did in the Royal Rumble. I think that was the first time they met. But,
well,
still, I mean, I kind of get it's beast versus beast.
That's literally the gimmick.
To me, I don't know about y'all, but I am a fan of just a bunch of meatheads going at it, just straight suplexes, power bombs. I mean, finisher fest. I mean, that's why I'm a fan of some, or if not most, Brock Lesnar matches, because I mean, I love a good finisher fest. Now, are some of the build-ups great? No. I mean, there's Brock Lesnar Goldberg. I mean, you can think of all the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns ones besides the SummerSlam one. That one was good. But I mean, I'm a fan of it just because I think we're gonna get a passing of the torch. But the only reason why I'll be upset is if Brock wins it. I mean,
yeah, I can see it going either way. Honestly, it's not that I have a dislike for the meathead matches. I like history, I like build-up, I like storyline. And it's just like, yeah, they're going to have one of those at least once per year, and then this is it. But I feel like they have those at every single, like, pay-per-view. And I think it's stupid. Because that's not what the draw is. If you're looking for comedic relief, or, like, a break of storyline, do something stupid. Put my girl Chelsea Green in there. Like, if she doesn't have a WrestleMania match, I'm going to be fucking pissed, okay? I'm so mad. And I saw a tweet, this is sidetracked, but I saw a tweet the other day, and somebody quote tweeted it. But the tweet itself, Chelsea is always interviewed and oh my god, that made no sense. Whenever Chelsea gets interviewed, she's always asked the question, is like, how far are you willing to go for, like, the storyline? Or what are you willing to do? And she says it. Somebody quotes it to be like, can she shut up already? No, she cannot shut up because she's not getting what she deserves. Anyways, I digress. I guess, I feel like we're going all over the place. You want to, like, pick a specific match and start with it?
So, I mean, we've already talked about O versus Brock, but I was wondering... overall, I mean, how are you more interested in Randy versus Cody or Roman versus Punk?
I feel like that's a loaded question. I feel like I have a more vested interest in the Roman Reigns storyline because I've talked about it a million times, but I've been a fangirl of him since I was like 12. And seeing also what happened Monday, but I feel like it's a storyline that has so much history and that, like, maybe new viewers don't know as much about. Like, when the Shield was formed, the original intent was to have this group of people protecting CM Punk. Obviously that didn't work because then they formed Nexus, I think, and that was, I'm pretty sure that was CM Punk's group. I could be wrong, but he had a group and it just didn't work, so the Shield went in a different direction. They decided not to go with Punk's bodyguards anymore, but that's what it originally started as. So you have that is where the first seed is planted. And then as you go, there were times that the Shield and Punk would cross paths. And then when Punk left, Roman kind of swooped in. Not at the same time, but a little bit later, Roman swooped in, and he became the top guy, the best in the world, whatever. But obviously, he was like Vince's lapdog, and that was his go-to guy. And then you have all this resentment that's built up from Punk to the company. He comes back. He's pissed that Roman's in the spotlight for whatever reason. He wasn't there. You don't get to care. You don't get to care that somebody else is now the face of the company. You just don't. And that's why I got so pissed when he won a title immediately when he came back. I was like, get the fuck out of my face. But it's a storyline with so much history, especially after the promo that we saw Monday when Punk was like, I would babysit like your cousins or whatever. I don't know exactly, but it was like he would watch Roman's dad's, I think, kids backstage while he was wrestling. And it's a whole thing, and it's a really good, that segment on Raw, amazing. Yeah. It's so good. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. But then Monday we finally got to see like the straw that broke the camel's back. Roman's had enough of Punk talking about his family and talking about his dad. Obviously, the bloodline, Jay and Jimmy, were there to like be like, hey, like own up to your words, apologize. You're talking shit about my family, my what is it? Is that his uncle? You're talking shit about my dead uncle? Like, go fuck yourself, apologize, be the bigger man and apologize. Obviously, Punk didn't do that. So it's a whole family aspect, and it's like the intertwining of the Samoans and Punk, and then I don't know how to describe it. It's just so intricate, and I think it's really beautiful storytelling, especially long term, because Punk and Roman were like at each other's throats last year too when he came back. So I think it's a really good build up, and that's what I like to see. I don't like to see matches that don't have anything going for them, and you can't say that Cody and Randy don't have anything going for them, because obviously they have a long history as well. But I feel like we haven't dug into that part as much as we have with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Yeah. Like, we know that Dusty goes back, or the Rhodes family goes back with the Ortons, and like they're both like second or third generation wrestlers, and it's like you have all this material that is untouched, and I think it could be so much better than it was, and it would be on par with Roman and Punk. But for me, it's just little differences. So Roman and Punk are up here, Cody and Randy are down here, because I haven't seen anything from them.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that in those aspects. It's just, I don't know, like, to me at the moment, just because I think the last two segments have kind of like taken a dip when it comes to like the original one where Punk talked about his dad, and I think now I'm just more curious about the external factors going into it. Like, is Jay gonna get involved during the match, or some people are saying The Rock's gonna come back. So I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm not really at the moment. I kind of think they're in a little middle point, because they're kind of waiting on the last 2 weeks to build it up again to where shit might hit the fan like the first go around. But Randy and Cody, it's one of those things where the fans have been wanting this for years.
Yeah.
They've wanted Randy to turn heel. They've wanted this story to happen, and per se, I'm just more interested in how really, like, I mean, what's it gonna take for Randy? If Randy's a heel, he can't get booed, because everyone is loving this heel Randy Orton. Mainly because everyone's tired of Cody, but
the Cody crybabies. I'm so dead. I don't know. I think from what I've seen, I feel like Randy's character, it feels like there's something holding back. And I know they're trying to play that into the storyline. Is like, who's calling him? Are the voices ever gonna like take over? Is he finally gonna actually snap and be a heel? And I'm like, I'm tired of just being on that little tightrope. Like, just have him snap. Go back to prime Randy Orton, who is a destructor of fucking worlds, and have Cody get his shit rocked again. Because I feel like, here's an idea that just came to me. If you put together prime heel Randy Orton turn Cody heel, I think that would be a fucking amazing heel duo. And we on par with like nothing that we've seen in the past 10 years.
I would love. I mean, I've always wanted to see the heel version of Cody because I didn't really see it in the Indies. But I mean, everything that's holding back is really just the punt. Like, when's Randy gonna get the punt going? Which I think everyone's expecting to happen at Mania. Other people are saying maybe like Cody will finally snap and turn heel, but it's just like I can't really see a world where Cody goes heel at the moment, just because he's so over with all the kids and all that.
I mean, yeah, but then you also have to realize, like, people like John Cena's turned heel before, not like the shitty run that we saw a few months ago. He's turned heel before, people are still with him. We've seen Randy Orton turn heel a number of times. Who else am I thinking of? But like, when Sasha Banks turned on Bayley, that's another one. You have a history of these superstars who are historically over with the kids, and then they just, something in them snaps. Yeah, the kids are going to be upset. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck them kids. I mean, seriously.
I think every WWE kid or every WWE fan needs to have a moment where their favorite character just gets absolutely bashed or just turns heel. I mean, that was one of those things. I mean, I was a Cena diehard fan. I saw him got beat up countless times by Orton, and I was traumatized. So.
Well, that's exactly what we're missing. Like, I feel like they're so afraid to do things that would be taboo or that would be seen as not, like, making them not kid friendly. But in reality, that's what made them so great in the first place, and they're so afraid to go back to that. And I think it's ruining them as a company. I think it's ruining and halting all their potential with all these great possible storylines that they could have because they want to be PG friendly. Like, if the farthest that we're gonna get on TV is a little bit of blood and somebody calling somebody else a bitch, like, that is not good storytelling. You don't need to resort to calling somebody a bitch for, like, to be considered heel. If you can't be a heel without doing stuff like that, you're not a good heel, and you don't need to be. And that's where I think Cody could shine. Cody doesn't cuss, he really doesn't bleed, he doesn't do anything insane, but it's the immense character work that he has and the passion and respect he has for the craft that I think could make him an amazing heel. And we've seen him be an amazing heel before, but now with this whole new persona, especially with Randy Orton, somebody who he has years of history with, there is so much untapped potential, especially with him turning heel. I think would be amazing. Because what are the odds that, like, the person on the phone, somebody close to Cody, right? Randy is the one that's supposed to turn and snap on him. Cody gets the jump and does it instead. Or when Randy turns on him, someone in Cody snaps. He's like, okay, fine. I'm done being nice. My turn now. That would be amazing. Because then you also have to think about Backlash. Yeah. Which I think it's a stupid pay-per-view. I don't like it. It's never been good in my opinion.
I could see him running back Cody versus Randy at Backlash.
Oh yeah, I could too. And I just think it might take a while, but I think a Cody heel turn is inevitable. And honestly, I think it would help the storyline in the long run because I think this is one that they're going to keep playing out if Randy doesn't injure himself again. Because I think I could see long run him and Randy just being a heel duo, wreaking havoc on everybody. That would be amazing. But I mean, like you said, we still do have 2-3 weeks to see what comes from it. And I think that if there's little plants or seedlings of doubt planted in Cody's mind, and we can see it in his backstage promos, in his ring, or in Randy's promos, in-ring stuff, I think it would lead to a really good match because even if he doesn't snap at WrestleMania, you're going to see this back and forth he has with himself. Like this discourse of him being like, this is too much. I need to fight back. Something else is happening. This isn't cutting it. Stuff like that. I think it would be amazing. I want Cody to turn heel so bad. And I saw a sign of one of the videos. Somebody had a sign in the crowd that said, "09 Orton is back." And I was like, please bring him back.
It's gotten to the point where I feel like with Orton turning heel, is like he could literally like baby kick a child and they would love it, like pawn it. Like I don't, because everyone is just built up by nostalgia here, which is why everyone's like kind of hoping Ted DiBiase Jr. is the one.
Oh my god!
Please no. That would be. I mean, if I saw Ted DiBiase Jr. on my screen, I think I would genuinely
imagine
laugh.
it's Dustin Rhodes though on the phone.
That would be.
He didn't re-sign his contract though, so I doubt it. But that'd be interesting.
That would be. That'd be very interesting. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know because there's been some people have said DiBiase, someone said it's Bob Orton, someone has said it's Kevin Owens, but I couldn't really tell you who it is.
Kevin Owens would be interesting.
Yeah.
I fully thought Bob Orton was dead. So, oops.
I don't know how old he is. I'm about to look it up. Bob Orton Jr. He's 75.
Yeah, I highly doubt it's Ted DiBiase Jr. considering the lawsuit that he just had. But then again, it's WWE, and they brought back fucking Brock Lesnar, so I doubt it. Let's move on to one of the women's matches. Let's do Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. Thoughts? Give me your thoughts.
I mean, it's kind of like what I said at the beginning. Like, there hasn't been, like, I haven't really been, like, the needle has been moved for me when it comes to it all. Like, I haven't been really impressed with it. I think last week, like, they had one of their better ones going into the whole segment, but it's just kind of like they're banking just off 2 heavyweight girl championships, or just clashing and kind of just hoping for a 5-star match, which, I mean, if the match is great, then whatever. Everyone's going to remember the match more than the build-up. But the build-up is what makes it the 5-star match, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
it's honestly one of those things, like Tiffany and Charlotte wasn't the greatest match, wasn't the greatest build-up. Trying to think. Becky versus Rhea, like, that one was a decent build-up, and it was a pretty good match. Like, there's been more times where the build-up helps bring in that match a lot better, and I'm really, like, I don't think it's gonna go well. Like, I don't see a point where really Rhea and Jade have good chemistry.
Because they don't.
Yeah.
Not Rhea. Jade doesn't have chemistry with anybody. Mm-hmm. Literally anybody. I am like 90% confident that entire locker room hates her. So that doesn't help. But I could go on and on about reasons about why it's Jade's fault. But I think, in addition to, like, the stuff we saw this past week, why the hell are B-Fab and Michin involved? Like, why are you getting them involved 2 weeks before WrestleMania? Because that's going to give them an in to bring Io Sky in, and then something's going to happen. They're going to get kicked out at WrestleMania, but something's going to happen. And I'm so sick of seeing the same recycled shit with the women. I'm so tired of it. And they do it with the men, too. Give me something new. Give me something fresh. I can predict this from a mile away. I'm so serious, because that's what they're going to do. It's going to be them 2 ringside with Jade at WrestleMania. Then it's going to be Io Sky, maybe somebody else. I doubt it. For Rhea at WrestleMania on ringside. They're going to get into a scuffle. They're going to get thrown out. Somebody's going to slide Jade a weapon. Jade is going to win out of disqualification. But, of course, the ref's going to get knocked out, so the ref isn't going to see. And she'll hit Rhea with something. And then suddenly the ref will be back to life. And then she's going to win out of a disqualification that nobody saw. And I'm sick of it. I know exactly. I'm like 90% sure that's what's going to happen. The 10%, don't know.
I'm really hoping it's clean. Like, I do want a clean fight between these two, because I agree. I am tired of, like, the heelish finish when it comes to a match. I really, like, want to see how these two can fight, but if it's not going, like, if it's going how the promos are, I'm not really excited with it at all.
Because it's this all goes back to my Jade hate, but it has a reason. Because every time she's involved in a storyline, you see the same stuff. The same promos repeated. I'm the baddest bitch. I'm going to make you my bitch. I'm strong. I'm beautiful. I can do things that you can't. I'm better than you. Like, then prove it. She can't speak on a mic. She can't wrestle. That's why you never see her in the ring. She's on a show once a month. Every other time she's on vacation. And it's like, it builds up so much animosity from not just the locker room, but from the fans. It's like, okay, this is basically Ronda Rousey 2.0.
Yeah.
Just parading yourself around saying, I'm the strongest, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm better than you. Like, what does that do for anybody? It makes her look like a weak character because she has nothing else to back herself up on. It makes the crowd tired because they're seeing the same stuff week after week, or in their case, like month after month. Like, it's, give me something new. She needs to prove herself, like, not just to me, but to the entire wrestling world. Like, she doesn't have anything to back herself up. And then you have Rhea, who's, in my opinion, is working overtime to try to make her look good. And it's like, you can only compensate so much before that gets repetitive too. And before people are like, okay, something's off here. This is cliche. Like, admittedly, I don't think Rhea's the best at cutting promos either, but she's improved. And I think that's an opinion that a lot of people would share with me, that she's not the best promo giver. But, like, hey, at least she's working on it. But she is so talented in the ring. And then you have somebody who is essentially just a persona and has nothing else to back it up. You're putting them in the ring with fucking Rhea Ripley, who is like working her ass off to make this at least a decent match. It's just, you have these inequalities and they don't match up with one another, obviously because they're inequalities. And it's just, it's not going to look good.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anything from this.
I mean, at the moment, I'm more excited. I mean, obviously, I'm more excited with Liv Morgan and Stephanie and AJ versus Becky. Even though they're going to, I hope with AJ and Becky there's stipulation, because we've already had like one clean fight. I mean, cleanish, because there was a turnbuckle incident. But like, I feel like there needs to be a stipulation with AJ versus Becky in some way, whether it's submission, whether it's Extreme Rules or something.
I could see it being an Extreme Rules match. I feel like Becky tends to get bloody in her matches, like her high stakes matches, and that's what I like for this match. These are two women who are not afraid to get down and dirty, and they're not afraid to try new things, even if they don't end up looking good. They're not afraid of looking bad. Yeah. They genuinely want to put out the best thing that they can, and you can tell that by their promos and the way that they interact with one another. Like, these are two women that are workhorses. Obviously, at different times, they've carried the company on their back, and they're talented in-ring, talented on the mic. You can tell they genuinely want this to be a good match, especially since this is AJ's first WrestleMania back, which, hype for that. But I'm excited for that, and I can definitely see it being some sort of stipulation. I don't think it would be a submission. I
don't think Becky has a submission, does she?
She does. She has to disarm her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that would happen, because I think that would be a little bit boring.
Yeah, but I'm not the biggest fan of submission matches.
No, neither am I. I think submissions are nice in occasion. Mm-hmm. But that's why I got sick of watching Charlotte, because she did the same things every single time. But, yeah, I think a stipulation wouldn't be a bad thing for this. I think it could make it... I think it's exciting enough on its own that it doesn't need one, but if it does, I think it would add to it.
Yeah. This definitely just came out of my mind. That's not even in the notes. Where is Gunther?
Bro. Where is he? He's just wandering the halls.
As the weeks go by, I feel like, okay, like, yeah, Gunther's going to be in this, like, he's got to be in this week's. But I really, like, I don't know where you would put him in this situation. And this is kind of like the bad thing when it comes to your whole persona being the career killer here. Because when you don't have careers to kill, then every storyline you do now is kind of useless or filler.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about before. I was like, what are they going to do with Gunther now that there's nobody left? Like, obviously Randy Orton is not retiring. Yeah. There's nobody else left for him to retire. Like, I think they should have just left that title with Brock Lesnar, because he retired the fucking Undertaker. Or, he ended the streak. Yeah. But you don't need to... I feel like it's just too young in his career to give him that title. But when that's all he is, obviously it's not all he is. He's the ring general or general, whatever. He's that too. And I think they're just struggling to implement him in storylines that aren't as large as life. But the thing with Gunther is he makes them large as life. And I feel like they're not realizing that. I don't know if he just wanted a break or something. Because that's fine. But there's nowhere else to put him. At least give him some matches every other week, because he's talented in the ring, and it makes, that's why I have an issue with creative, because I'm like, you can't assign these these big, larger than life personas so early on. And it's like not early on in his career, because he's been doing this a while, but like he was at the peak of his damn career. And I'm like, it's something that could stick with him for a while. But when you start becoming renowned as this, like the guy that retired AJ Styles, John Cena, like, where do you go from there? You go down from there.
I mean, I think it was just like him retiring Cena, like that makes sense, like fine. It's just like the whole, like that's all they were banking off of when it came to it all. And so then it became AJ Styles, and then like that was their whole thing. Like if he could have just been like done what Brock did, just destroy everyone, go for titles, I think we all would have been fine with it. But now it's like we're all expecting him the next time he fights someone, it's gonna be for another career.
Yeah.
And that's the bad part of it all, because now we're in a part where we can't put Gunther in the card because the story's not gonna have any value if there's not a career involved.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's like you can't limit this guy to one sort of like, you can't peg him as something that he's not. Like, is he a legend killer? Sure, I guess you could say that. But those were two guys that wanted to retire, and you could tell they called the shots and like, yeah, I'm fine with doing this. And it's just, that's not all that Gunther is. He is a really, I'm trying to think of the word, not diverse character, but he has so much depth to him. It's like, you can't assign this guy just one little moniker and then, okay, bye, now what? Exactly, with silence. Like, now what? We don't see him. So, I mean, I don't know if they're taking this little break with him to try to reset and get everybody's mind off of the John Cena match.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that is working, honestly, if that's the tactic. I doubt it's the tactic, given the company's history. But if it is, I think it's a good one, because I haven't thought about him since then. But, I mean, yeah, when he comes back, they're going to keep calling him the Legend Killer, the Legend Killer. And then he'll be wrestling fucking, like, Penta. Like, that's not a Legend Killer. I don't know. I think he could fit in wherever they need him to fit in. And hypothetically, I don't think he will, but if he did come back, based off the matches that are on the card right now, it would be Brock Lesnar, Obafemi. I don't think that match is going to go fast, I'm quite sure.
Yeah. I'll be curious how I'm hyped for Oba versus Brock. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not, like, when I think there's Rey Mysterio, who I think that's where they were gonna go, but he had an injury with his ribs. Punk, I think's got like 1 to 2 more years left.
Oh yeah.
Orton, I think I could see him going to at least 16 championships, so probably another year or two. Punk, oh wait, I already said Punk. And then really just gotta like look back with like Roman, how long is he gonna go for, or like anybody else. So I'll be curious how they do that. If they are gonna phase it out, are they just gonna act like it didn't exist, like with the whole Legend Killer thing, or if it's just gonna be Gunther's moving on, like he's doing other things.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll thrive wherever they put him, but it's just, I feel like it's just something that I'm sure is on the back burner for them right now. It's not considered high up of importance. So, I don't know. His future's up in the air. I mean, he's going to do stuff. He's going to be successful. It's just a matter of time. When, if, and who.
Yeah.
Okay, who else have we not? Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan. That's who we haven't talked about. You seem to be very passionate about this one. Air your thoughts out.
I just love Stephanie Vaquer, and I love that Liv Morgan won the whole Royal Rumble. I think she deserved it this entire time. I love the storyline behind it all. It's a lot better than Jade versus Rhea, and I really think it's gonna be one of the better, like probably one of the best women's matches there.
Oh, I agree. I think it is going to be the best one.
Yeah.
Because not to hate on AG Lee, but she is not as well versed or as, I guess, well practiced in the ring as she used to be, and that's just a matter of fact. It's not hate. But she took a break. Becky Lynch is really talented in the ring, so I mean, obviously AJ is still insanely talented, but then you have Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan, these younger talents who have been like going nonstop.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good, because I think I've told you this before, but like originally when I was first introduced to Liv, she was in like the Riot Squad or whatever with Blue Tongue, and I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, I feel like I'm watching something I'm not supposed to, and I really love what the Judgment Day storyline has done for her character. It's shown a whole different side of Liv, and I think she thrives as a heel. Sometimes her promos are a little cringy to watch, but in the grand scheme of it all, I think she really thrives as a heel, and I think this is a really good storyline for Stephanie Vaquer, because even though she has like limited English, like it's everything in it just works for me so seamlessly. Like, even when Dominic is present, like the hesitancy to translate stuff, the name calling, the tension, it's just so good. I don't have any other notes. It's so good. The only thing of contention that I've seen is you have this storyline, which is one of the highest sought after ones on this card, and you're giving them a minute a week.
Yeah.
Like, you have your Women's Royal Rumble winner, and then you have your Women's World Champion, and you're not giving them at least 10 minutes of a segment.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen that in 3 weeks, maybe. Like, that's horrible.
Last week on Raw, everyone was just crashing out. Everyone was just dogpiling everyone. Just
I love it.
each other.
I love it. That's why I love the Roman segment.
Yeah.
There's an edit that I sent you of him like just snapping and it just turned red, and I was like, this is crash out Roman Reigns is my favorite version. It's so good. I love when wrestlers crash out. That's why I have I like the Randy Orton one. On the occasion, Rhea crashes out. Love that. Crash out Becky Lynch. Fucking love it, because she goes insane and it's amazing. And same goes for Liv Morgan. Like, she's playing like the crazy girlfriend, but she's also like that character as well. Also has just it has so much further depth to it. Like, at the surface level, I'm crazy girlfriend. I love my man. I'm gonna beat you up because you're trying to get between us. Whatever. Like, you go even further. It's just all of Liv Morgan's storylines and like her personal character. It's so good, and I think that's why the build up to this is just. It feels like the end of the Judgment Day to me. Like, it's building up to that, especially with Finn Balor finally leaving. Thank God. Been wanting that for so long, but it feels like there's a sort of build up to it that this might be. There's a sense of finality. That's a good word. There's a sense of finality there that I think no matter who wins, the Judgment Day is finally going to come to an end, because you also have that tension and disagreements between Liv and Raquel. You have the tension inside the Judgment Day with Dominic and JD. That's basically all that's left of the Judgment Day, because now Finn's gone. And Stephanie, I think, could be successful no matter where she goes. It just depends on who they pair her with. But I imagine this would be another one that would come back to Backlash.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with that. It's crazy how Dominic is the only one left when it comes to the original Judgment Day.
Oh, I know.
I thought
I don't even remember. I don't even remember it. I'm gonna look that up, actually.
It was Rhea, Damian, Finn, and then Dominic, and then JD came like a couple months.
It was Edge, bro. Oh my God, Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Those were. I can't believe it. That's another thing. That's why you need to watch AEW. Edge and Christian are teamed up again.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, but now they go by Cope. Cope is obviously it's Adam Copeland, so it's Edge. You have Cope, and then you have what's his name? He doesn't go by Christian anymore.
Oh shoot!
I forget it.
I think it's Christian Cage. I think that's what he
goes off. It is.
Because I remember when Edge came in, I knew they had a feud to begin with, and then. I mean, I haven't paid attention to AEW, but I was watching some parts of it.
Yeah, it is Cope and Cage. It's so funny. That was sidetracked, but that's I don't know, but it all kind of interconnects because AEW, you can tell that's a place where they're not afraid to tiptoe on the line of like censorship. That, like, when I say that, I mean at risk of getting censored.
Yeah.
Because it's truly like no holds barred. Is it as high quality or how high caliber as WWE? No, but we know that because they have less history, they have less backing, and then their people just aren't as like bigger names because they don't do as much public outreach or publicity as WWE does, and that's expected because they're a smaller company. But they do so well with the storylines over there, and that's why it's really intriguing to watch. Like, you have these storylines with these characters that even the ones that have left or the ones that aren't as present on TV, they go back years, and it's like, oh wow, I forgot about that. This is interesting now. You don't have that with WWE most of the time, and I feel like that's what they miss sometimes. They just like. Anyways, I got off track. Stephanie Liv. I don't know who I see winning. That's one that I would expect interference from as well. Because it would be Dominic, of course.
Yeah. I think they'll give it a Liv. I mean, I'm kind of hoping. I think Liv needs the title back. I mean, because I feel like Judgment Day needs. Same with like the Vision now. Like they need some type of title in there if they want to be any relevant to it or any storyline. Because if they just keep losing all the time, then it's not gonna really like. I mean, like Paul Heyman said, like they keep losing. They don't have any titles. They don't have like the shots like where they're able to call their own matches or get what they want. So it's just, I think Liv Morgan should get it, but I'm also a fan of Liv Morgan.
I don't know. I can see that happening. Stuff like, I feel like stories like these are hard to predict because I can really see it going both ways. I feel like we envision two different scenarios. So, Stephanie wins. I see, no matter what, all roads lead to Backlash. No matter what. Stephanie wins. I imagine it's going to be because Dominic tried to interfere and it went wrong. Or Raquel tried to interfere and it went wrong. So, after the match, Stephanie's going to celebrate. Liv's going to be on the side, pissed at one of them. They're going to get into an argument and then we'll follow that up on that Raw, and they're still going to be mad, and then it's going to lead into some sort of storyline for Backlash, whether it's Dominic or Raquel. It's going to be one of them if we go this route, because no matter what, I also don't see this match having a clean finish. I feel like it's inevitable, but if we go that route, obviously Stephanie's going to keep winning, and Liv Morgan's going to be like, no, I'm entitled for a rematch, blah blah, did this, and it wasn't what I intended. I want my title back. I deserve it. That leads to Backlash. Or you go the other route. Liv Morgan wins, gets her happy ending. Raquel comes in. They're going to pretend to be excited. I don't know if it'll be WrestleMania or the night after. But Liv is going to have her like story fairy tale moment. She's going to be celebrating. They're probably going to be happy, but you're going to see on somebody's face, I imagine Raquel. I don't think they're going to split up Liv and Dominic anytime soon.
No.
It's doing too well. But you have Raquel, and I'm sure she'll be like looking at her while Liv's facing away with anger in her face or in her eyes. And it's going to it's going to plant seeds of doubt and resentment in the wrestling community. So whether it's that next night or the week after, I think Raquel's going to snap and turn on Liv. That in turn will either lead to her and Liv for the title at Backlash, or it'll be like Stephanie versus Raquel for a title opportunity, and somehow it's going to turn into a three-way because I don't think they'll do Stephanie and Liv again.
Yeah.
But I feel like that covers literally everything that could happen with that match.
For sure. I mean, we're going to see a lot of stuff that's going to move the needle a little bit with WrestleMania, just because next Raw is going to be in Madison Square Garden. They like to do a lot of big stuff there.
Yeah, because that's the Raw after WrestleMania is really that's really big too.
Yeah.
But like next week's in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, because they were in Boston last week.
Dang. That'll be interesting.
Mm.
I feel like the only other match that has any sort of like or the possibility of any other match right now would be Drew and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a vested interest in it. I've never really cared much for Jacob Fatu. I like Drew McIntyre. I just feel like he's so, like... I feel like they're so hit and miss with his character. Like, he's here one week, and then he's not here the next. And then he's here. Then he's gone for 2 weeks, and then he's back. It's like, I can't keep up with what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
They don't have, like, a clear direction for him.
It's kind of bittersweet because I like the matchup between Drew and Jacob. It's just the fact that Drew had the title, like, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now he's not going to be one of the main events because I think he's had, like, a great year when it comes to it. But they're doing everything they can to make it interesting, and that's, like, I mean, they about killed each other on last Friday. So it's just, like, that could be also something where I see there's a stipulation just because, I mean, every time they're battling each other, there's always some type of weapon involved. But it's just really, it just sucks. I mean, because I kind of want Drew. I mean, as much as I love Cody, I mean, I thought Drew had a great year going in it, and with the belt, I think he could have done a lot better. But I mean, they were really keen on Cody versus Randy happening. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad choice for either of them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, these are two like giants, basically. They're both strong. They're both like heavy hitters. So I think it'll be there's your freaking meathead match
we get
that
2
you
meathead
want.
matches.
Yeah, and they'll have them on different nights because they're not gonna do 2 of those in one night. So you'll have. I assume that will be on night 1. It always depends on what they do for the main event. Like depending on who's night 1 or who's night 2. We're gonna see different stuff, obviously, because I don't think that they'll put Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar on the same card.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone tells me that they won't. But I don't think it'll be. It obviously won't be a very long match, but it'll be entertaining to watch because I think they're gonna throw each other around.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it'll get done. They're both heavy as fuck, so I don't know how that's gonna happen.
It's gonna be a bunch of claymores and Samoan drops and
probably
all the good things.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a tag match sneak in there as well, because I know you mentioned Damian Priest and R-Truth.
I was not expecting that, and at first I was not.
Did you see the video? And people were like, I don't think Damian was expecting that either. He was like, just watching like this.
At first I was like, okay, they're just doing this just to put Damian in, but now I actually like the tag team. Like
I know, I love anything R-Truth is involved in.
It's growing on me. I don't know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna get the tag titles in the WrestleMania because they didn't do that last year. There's also the women's tag titles that people are clamoring to put in there. I mean, there's still a lot of matches that we need to figure out are happening. I mean, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, that could be a WrestleMania match. I don't know. I'll be really curious.
Like, we also got to remember we have 2 pre-shows, and they both last like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And they always end up putting at least one match on that.
And they have an extra hour this year.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. So excited.
WrestleMania will have another hour. But
I can't wait for 14 hours of WrestleMania. Yay!
Yay.
I miss the days when we were doing one night pay-per-views. Like, stop being so fucking greedy. Go back to one night. Nobody asked for this. Anyways, I digress. I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like we covered a lot.
Yeah.
And we got really in depth with the stuff, and I think that's what we should do going forward. Mm-hmm. But then again, I don't know. WrestleMania is what? April 11th?
I think.
I have it. April 18th and 19th.
Okay.
That's not that far away. No. So, yeah, we'll have time to talk about that after, too. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that we were going to, but I think we will. Yeah, I think it's shaping up to be an interesting WrestleMania. I don't know if I'd say good. It will be good. But I'm interested to see the order of the card that they do going forward. Like, who's night 1, who's night 2. What the fuck else are they going to throw in there? It's going to be some bullshit. I know it. I'm sure they'll have somebody performing a song because they do that every year, and nobody wants it. I forget who's...
Oh, you'll definitely get Jelly Roll in there.
Bruh, I forgot about him. Nobody wants that. Go away.
I think he's a lot better than what Travis Scott was last year.
I think IShowSpeed's going to be there now that I think of it.
Oh, yeah.
They showed him on Monday. So that's lovely. Oh, Danhausen.
Danhausen.
What the fuck is he going to do? He's going to do something. I think he's doing something with Johnny Gargano right now. I think down in NXT is what they're doing. I don't know.
Gargano, I mean, yeah, he got sent down to NXT.
It's because he thrives there.
Yeah.
They don't do anything with him on the main roster, and he's too talented to just sit around. So that's the thing with NXT is I think people a lot of time look down on it because it's considered developmental talent. Mm-hmm. But it's like a lot of the times they produce better shit than the main roster.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand looking down on NXT, because a lot of the times these people just go there because they don't need extra help, but it's like it's where the only place that they can get on the screen, and I don't blame them because they actually get more time and more attention. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably end up seeing some sort of NXT call up, something with Danhausen. I don't know who it's going to intertwine with, but he'll be there. I'm sure Logan Paul will show up somehow. Or is he injured? I don't think he is.
I think they're fighting. Shoot.
Oh, they're fucking boxing.
They're with the Usos on like last week, but then Jay hit him with the brass knuckles. So I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be back. So our like dark horses, we have Danhausen, Johnny Gargano, Sami Zayn, tag teams, Trick Williams, Logan Paul. IShowSpeed. I don't know. I can't really think of anybody else.
You still see LA Knight in this card?
Who?
LA Knight.
Bruh. No, and it makes me so depressed. They're ruining him. He's so good at what he does. And they just use him as a jobber. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, genuinely, I'm like, let me leave. LA Knight has so much crowd support, too. It genuinely baffles me. It makes no sense. That's why I keep saying, put me in that damn creative room. I will make the company so much better. Because what are we doing? Literally, what are we doing? Ever since I found out that they use ChatGPT, I'm so pissed. Like, you're running a $1 billion company, and you can't think creatively? Okay, bye. Get out. Let me in. Let me in.
It's taking over.
I'm just going to go and siege the whole thing. It's mine now. Anyways, do you have any final thoughts?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of. I'll just be curious going into more with the Punk and Roman stuff because, I mean, Jay going into it is definitely taking a turn on his character because he's crashing out a lot more, which I'll be curious because I feel like we get sometimes where it's just like, okay, is Jay taking over the head of the table? And then they kind of just slowly get rid of that story. Then they bring it up again when Roman comes back. It just really depends on if Roman wins the title, if he, which I mean, I'm assuming he's going to win it. And I don't know. I mean, we might get some type of turn night after WrestleMania with Jay. But
that'd be fun.
I think it's really needed. I think especially with the hate he's been getting the past couple of months, where everyone's just kind of tired of yeeting. But
because it's like then you have this storyline, and you see he can do other stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't. He doesn't. Like, he can do other stuff other than the freaking Yeet persona.
Yeah.
He can tell a story. He's just not. And it's like I feel like it's equal to blame. But I think that'd be really interesting because. Like I said, the storylines all circles back to the storylines, storytelling, stuff like that does well. And that's why I don't understand why they don't capitalize on it more. Like, you have so many people, so many talented people that can tell long-term storylines. And you can even start right now. Like, there's nothing with starting in the present, or nothing wrong with starting in the present. You can plant those seeds now. You can start feuds now, go away from them, and then come back to them in the future. And I feel like they think that they can't do that. It's like, it's the whole point of storytelling, buddy. You can do that. It's your company. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this stuff.
For sure. We'll see, though, in the, tonight SmackDown, and then we got Square Garden on Monday.
Square Garden. I'm done. Yeah.
MSG.
I think tonight will be an interesting SmackDown. I have a feeling, and I'll have to remember to watch it. But I think it'll be. I have high hopes. I don't like having high hopes with this company, but I do.
I'll be curious if Cody comes back and attacks Orton because he wasn't there last week. I don't think.
I don't know. I saw he was on Raw Monday. I think.
Was he?
I have no idea.
Actually, I think it was a clip from Friday that I saw. I don't know. Sammy was yelling at him. It was either Monday or Friday.
Ah, okay. I think it was. I think it was before. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I'll cut this out. It's okay. Yeah. I don't have anything else left to say. My brain is kind of fried.
Yeah, same. I gotta get to work at 3. It's 2:09. We're good.
Okay. Well, thanks
Thank you
for being here. I'm gonna go get an energy drink because I feel dead.
Yeah, me too.
See you next time. See you next time.